Geek Cross. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and I am a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are reacting to more Super Junior content in celebration of their 15 years and their 10th album. I'm excited.
So today we're watching the Burn the Floor performance video that came out and was teased only one day in advance. Let's go.
I just want to go. Yeah.
What is this?
Okay, so it's all like Greek, Roman, whatever, because it's the Renaissance is like the album.
Is this like also album spoiler?
Is it everything in one?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool video.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
I think it is.
Wait, how much of this is performance and how much of this is album spoiler then?
We'll find out.
So are there no... It says there's lyrics in Burn the Floor, but this is just instrumental?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like
no, it's not
teasing
album
it.
spoiler. It's just like, this is the next step.
Oh.
This is like an actual dance performance.
I know.
Oh my gosh, playing with the light. I love it.
Oh my god. It's starting out so classically.
Mm. The lights!
Oh. Also, this is very different from what I expected when I heard Burn the Floor as the title.
Mm-hmm. And also just when I heard Super Junior was doing something called Burn the Floor.
Yeah. Oh. This feels like the Nutcracker, the
I was
background.
gonna say it feels like a ballet.
Oh.
It's like Sugar Plum.
I mean, not anymore. Yeah.
His hair. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, this one's hair reminds me of like a mad scientist.
That's what I was thinking too. I almost said it earlier. Oh.
Ooh.
It's just so artistic.
Mm-hmm.
The background. It's like a choir. It is a choir.
Oh, it's not just the lights, it's the fact that the shadows look like they're dancing around too behind them.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a little menacing.
Oh, those felt sinister. Hello! There you are! Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's like he's conducting.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
I feel like this was like made for us.
Uh-huh. Okay, so first thing, apologies if there sound like there are weird noises in the back. My family's being really loud right now. Next thing, oh my gosh, this is insane. I'm just in awe. I could talk about this forever, but since I don't have forever, I'm just going to highlight the things that I have time for. The lights. I want to talk about the lights first. So they make so much sense when you read the lyrics, and it talks about like the light and the darkness in this relationship, but also just from a general concept perspective with their whole 15th anniversary 10th album, the concept's like Renaissance, and that's like the awakening, the rebirth, and a lot of people say it's when the light shined on medieval Europe. Specifically in a lot of Renaissance art, both visual arts and performing arts, the concepts of light and shadow were super heavily developed and emphasized because it was about introducing depth to art and making it more human and making it more real. Light, to an extent, controlled the subject matter. And my mind was blown because literally one of the dance notes that I had written was how it looks like they're using the light to control each other and to control the dancing that they're doing, which again goes back to the whole concept, especially in the like paired movements where one person is over their partner and they're moving their hands back and forth and it's controlling like the arms and the head of the other people. I was like, they're literally controlling each other. It's like a puppet on strings, because it also then ties back to the lyrics about them talking about like, your light has possessed me and all of this stuff, and it feels very sinister. And then I was like, and it just, the music video has a little bit of a sinister underline that makes it a little bit like, ooh. Plus, having the lights and the way that they're playing with lights and shadows, it makes the dance feel so much fuller. Not that they really need it to feel fuller, because Super Junior, one, has a like good number of members, but also they all just have a lot of stage presence, so it's not that they need it to feel fuller, but it feels almost like a Renaissance ball where people are dancing around and like the ballroom is very full because the shadows are dancing, the light is dancing, they're dancing, and it's all interplaying. It was just insane, beautiful. And that's before I even get to the actual dance. Style-wise, I love the fact that Super Junior is never afraid to try new things, and even after being in the industry for 15 years and proving like how clearly talented and how clearly diverse their styles can be, they're still showing 15 years later, like, we have more to show. And then I was like, rebirth, Renaissance. But the style itself, it obviously has elements that feel vaguely balletic, and so I was like, oh my god, this dance was made for me. Like, literally, it's like contemporary ballet, which is what I loved. Like, that's like my favorite style. And it's not that it's straight ballet, but you can tell where the inspiration is coming from in all of their movements, really. Like, it's in their like footwork, especially with the turns that are interspersed throughout it, because they're vaguely like chaîné turns, but it's especially apparent in their arms, and their arms are beautiful. So in ballet, it's called port-de-bras, which means like carriage of the arms, and yeah, I had to take ballet tests. I know some random French words. In ballet, basically, it's the term for how you move your arms, and the rule is pretty much that you never go from like point A to point B. Like, that's boring, it's not pretty. It's all about how you move through the different position. It comes from your back. You never like go straight down. And if you watch their arms, it's like watching ballet choreography, because it's all this like open and then opening, and they come up before they go down. It's beautiful, and it makes it even more beautiful because of the light, but I'm gonna stop talking about the light. And it's not like a specific thing that I can point to either, because that is the whole time. Like, their arms the whole time look like ballet arms. So you can imagine how I was literally sitting there like, I'm gonna cry. And then my last thing, their musicality. Like, obviously, We've knew Super Junior has great musicality, and there's so many great examples of this, like just right from the very beginning with the hand like shadow puppet type dancing. The best example of musicality in my opinion is in the chorus, and the line is something vaguely like da 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 da, like that's kind of how the melody is going. But their musicality there is so breathtaking because they're dragging at that point back and forth. The line kind of has this up and down, and that's where the swaying comes in, but they actually extend it a little bit past where the line ends because the melody that they're singing ends, but the instrumental underneath it goes for like half a second longer before the percussion hits, and that's where they end the movement. And it like because they drag it out a little bit, that melody lingers with you and it feels like you're being pulled in to come dance with them, which is literally what they're asking you to do. And so I was like, wow, they're just beautiful. Like, everything about this is beautiful. I talked for so long. I'm so sorry. I could talk for hours. Anna's turn.
It's like so classical and beautiful, and I feel like I won't be able to fully, properly appreciate it, but I will try. One thing about this is that it changes time signatures throughout the song. This literally goes between duple and triple meter, and most of the song is in 4/4, like most pop songs are, but that whole intro that they have with their hands, that's in 6/8, and then specifically Siwon's part, it sounded like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy from the Nutcracker, is what we were saying, and that one is in 2/4, just because of the way that they're like playing the beats, because it goes like dun 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 dun. It's really interesting because if you go by the phrasing of the melody that he's singing, it feels like 4/4, but if you go by the phrasing of the instrumental that you feel, it feels like 2/4. And then it goes back to 4/4, you know, for the chorus and everything, but then the bridge into the dance break, so it has that moment where it's like a lot smoother and quieter, and it goes either back to 6/8 or 3/4. But I'm leaning towards a faster 3/4 because the way that it's being played, it feels like a waltz, which would make sense because it's about to like go really hard and like more upbeat, I guess, for the dance break. So I feel like a fast 3/4 would make sense, and it goes back to 4/4 for the dance break with the help of that la 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 line, because that's the line that like smooths the transition between the two different time signatures. And now going into instrumentally, I feel like this is just being played by a full orchestra. Like, I know SM Station has been doing that stuff like in collaboration with like Seoul Orchestra or something like that. They should do this. This is what they should do. And including like a whole background choir as well.
It would be perfect. I know. You could set a ballet to it. Oh my god.
But moving on. But yeah, like instrumentally, this entire song feels like it's just being played by a full orchestra, minus a couple of things. Like the dance break, you need all of those like synth percussion sounds. And then like at the end of the pre-chorus, there are a few distortions. And then in the chorus, the only thing that sounds like it couldn't be done by orchestra is the snare. Because that's definitely a synth snare. A normal snare could not play that way. Vocally, they have choral singing in this, and I want to cry. Because usually when you hear anything resembling like a choir in pop music, it's usually like a gospel choir. And like, not that I'm complaining about that, but this is like one of the few times I get to hear something in like pop music that I'm trained in. And I just wanna... Okay. One, obviously it was very beautiful, but also how the voices are mixing with the instruments and everything, especially in the chorus. You were saying like it's all Renaissance, and yeah, this is like what was happening during the Renaissance period for music too, like because it all blends together very well. I mean, like it goes through various time periods of music, but like as a general thing, this is when music was becoming more like, let's blend things together and make it smoother, more seamless. And that happens a lot with this, as you can see how the layers are blending together. And also I was thinking about like they're singing all together in the chorus, because you hear other voices in the background, like the or oh, whatever that you hear. Speaking about the vocals though, a small thing that I thought was kind of funny is when you compare Siwon singing the first pre-chorus to Ryeowook singing the second pre-chorus. During Siwon's, there's like a xylophone marimba playing and doubling the line, whereas in Ryeowook's, they have the choral singers in the background. So I was like, that's funny. That's because, you know.
It's so on brand.
I need to stop or else I will ramble forever. But someone just let me know who is singing the la la la's during the bridge. Because it's like you can tell that they're trying to sing more classically, but they aren't like, but that's not their original singing style. Because like they've made it rounder, but it's not like aggressively round for like a super classical song. Because yeah, I love this.
Me too. It was literally made for us.
It was. TLDR is Super Junior has released another song for their 10th album 15-year anniversary. We were given...
And it was made for us.
It was made for us. And we are ruined. Because it also had like almost no time to prepare for it. Like no warning. Barely any warning.
Literally yesterday when I opened up Instagram and Yaesong had posted something, I was like, are you kidding
Kidding me?
We're not mad about it though, we're really happy. We're both about to cry.
I just want to melt. I'm melting into a puddle. Oh, also, you know, like, feel free to contact us if you want any ideas on how to stage this ballet, orchestra, choir crossover, please.
Yeah. I have some great ideas. I've danced with the choir and a live orchestra many times.
So, I will sing in that choir.
You don't even have to have me dance in it. I'll choreograph it. Alright, anyways, if you enjoyed this video and you're also melting at how amazing Super Junior continually proves themselves to be because they keep outdoing themselves, no one's doing it like Super Junior, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, boom, turn on your notification bell, and bye.
Bye!